إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الحديث حج محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار ثم أما بعد. We continue with our reading of Ma'alim as-Sunnah Nabawiyyah, Ma'alim as-Sunnah Nabawiyyah by Sheikh Ahmed, or by Sheikh Salih ibn Ahmed al-Shami, Hafidhullah. And last week we discussed how the book is broken down, that there are maqasid or maqsid, one, and then there are kitabs, and then there are fusul, and then there are babs, and then there are hadith. So here we are on bab al-thani, the second bab, al-ikhlas wa niyya. Al-ikhlas, sincerity, wa niyya, and intention. And we reached the fourth hadith, which we see here is muttafaqun alayh. This qaf meaning muttafaqun alayh. An Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu qala, that Umar radiyallahu anhu, and it's mamnu min as-sarf. Umar is mamnu min as-sarf, so it is majroor after an with a fatha here. Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu qala, Umar ibn al-Khattab, he said radiyallahu anhu, sami'tu an-nabiyya sallallahu alayhi wasallam, I heard the Prophet, an-nabiyya bil fatha al-ya, there's a fatha on the ya because it is the maf'ulun bihi, the object of the verb. What did you hear? I heard the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam yaqul, saying, Ya ayyuhan nas, O people, O mankind, innama al-a'malu bin niyya. Innama, here is something which feeds hasar. Al-hasar meaning limitation, only. It means basically only. Al-a'mal, actions, are only bin niyya, by the intention. Actions are only by the intention. And if we look down here at the bottom, I'll try to bring it closer to the top for us. 1 second. You see the footnote. Innama al-a'mal bin niyya. Indeed, the actions are only by intention. أجمع المسلمون على عظم موقع هذا الحديث وكثرة فوائده وصحته. That the Muslims, al-Muslimun ajma'u, they have gathered together, they have a consensus, like ijma'. They have gathered together, they have come together, and they have all agreed على عظم موقع هذا الحديث, upon the greatness, the a'zam, the greatness of the mawqi', of the status or the position, هذا الحديث, of this hadith. على عظم موقع هذا الحديث. مضاف مضاف إليه مضاف مضاف إليه. Right? Actually, موقع هذا is مضاف مضاف إليه, and hadith is a badal for هذا, but same thing. على عظم موقع هذا الحديث وكثرة فوائده وصحته. I know I read it differently at first. على وكثرته على كثرته. They have gathered together upon the greatness of the status or the position of this hadith. وعلى كثرة, and upon the great, the abundant or the many, فوائده, of its benefits. فوائد, the plural of فائدة, وصحته, and its authenticity. قال الشافعي وآخرون. الشافعي, he said, and others, وآخرون, and others, هو ثلث الإسلام. It is a third of Islam. It is a third of Islam. This hadith is a third of Islam. So, يا أيها الناس إنما الأعمال بالنية. Indeed, actions are by the intention. وإنما لإمرئ ما نوى. And indeed, for a person, إنما, here again, it shows emphasis, inna, and then innama is a negation. It is only for, or is only what? Li imrin. Li imrin, li, for imrin is a person, a man, right? Al mar'u, a man or a person. Ma nawa, what he intended, which is the verb for niya. Nawa yanwi, to have an intention, to make an intention. فَمَنْ كَانَتْ هِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. فَمَنْ, so whoever, كانت, it was, regarding hijratuhu, his hijrah was إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ, whoever his hijrah was to Allah and his messenger. And we'll go to the footnote in a second. فَهِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ, then his hijrah was to Allah and his messenger. وَمَنْ هَاجَرَ إِلَى الدُّنْيَا يُصِيبُهَا, and whoever made hijrah, whoever migrated, إِلَى الدُّنْيَا, to the dunya, يُصِيبُهَا, from Sad, Waw, Ba, if you were to look it up, trying to figure out where it comes from. Sawab, meaning, or Saba, meaning to be correct, or to attain something. Ila dunya yusibuha, he wants to, it's related to correct. Doesn't mean correct here. It's related to the word correct, sawab. And that means to get something. So you achieved it, right? If you were correct, then you achieved something. You made it. Ila faman hajara ila dunya yusibuha, so whoever made hijrah or migrated to the dunya, that was purpose. Yusibuha, in order to get it and acquire it and achieve it. O imra'atin, or he made hijrah to a woman. That's why it is majrur. Ila imra'atin yatazawwajuha, right? Yatazawwajuha, in order to marry her. He made hijrah to a woman in order to marry her. فَهِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى مَا هَاجَرَ إِلَيْهِ, then his hijrah is to what he made hijrah to, or to what he migrated to. This hadith is in Bukhari, number 6,954, and in Muslim, 1,907. Now let's go down and look at the. There's also a ta'liq from the author. So he says, فَمَنْ كَانَتْ هِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ, whoever his hijrah was to Allah and his messenger. مَعْنَاهُ, ma'na, the word is ma'na, like this. But when you put this pronoun hu on the end of it, this alif maksura becomes an alif. Ma'nahu, its meaning, man qasada bihijratihi wajh Allah, whoever, man qasada bihijratihi, whoever intended. Qasada is another word for qasd, is another word for niyyah, basically. Man qasada, hijratuhu, whoever bihijratihi, whoever intended hijrati, by his migration, wajh Allah. What did he intend? Wajh Allahi. He intended the wajh of Allah, the face of Allah. Waqa'a ajruhu ala Allah. Then his ajr waqa'a ala Allah, meaning it comes upon Allah. It is something that is with Allah Azza wa Jal. وَمَنْ قَصَدَ بِهَا, and whoever intended biha, with it. Hijra is something that is feminine with the ta marbuta. وَمَنْ قَصَدَ بِهَا, and whoever intended by it الدنيا أو imra'atin, or a woman, whoever intended the woman, the dunya, a job, or whatever the case might be. أو imra'atin, what did he qasada biha? Imra'a ad-dunya, here is mansub, right? This is the qasd, just like wajh Allah was a fatha on the wajh because of the object of the verb. وَمَنْ قَصَدَ بِهَا الدُّنْيَا أَوْ إِمْرَأَةً, أو إِمْرَأَةً, or he intended a woman by it. فَهِيَ حَظُّهُ, then that is hiya. Here is the dunya is feminine, also imra is feminine. فَهِيَ حَظُّهُ, then it is his hadh, it is his portion. That's what he gets, basically. Hadh is a portion, right? That is your portion, that is your share. وَلَا نَصِيبَ لَهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ. وَلَا نَصِيبَ from nun sad ba, meaning another word for portion here. وَلَا نَصِيبَ, and I would put a fatah on the ba here because it negates anything else. You could say possibly وَلَا نَصِيبُ لَهُ, right? But just like la ilaha illallah, just like Allah lafzul jalala has a fatah here, right? Then la nasiba, then there is no portion lahu fil akhirati, in the hereafter, bisababi, because of hadhihi al hijra. This hijra is not going to get him any reward in the hereafter. Not meaning he won't have any portion at all in the hereafter. No, meaning this hijra will not give him a reason for any ajr. Why? Because he did it for the dunya, for a woman. Doesn't mean that it cancels out all his other good deeds or anything like that. There's no problem if a person moves because of a job. There's no problem if a person moves because of a woman. There's no problem with that in and of itself, right? But there will be no reward. It ain't like, oh, he moved to Saudi Arabia. Why? Because he wanted to make hijra? No, he moved to Saudi Arabia because he wanted to work for Aramco, right? Or he moved to Saudi Arabia in order to marry a woman. It didn't matter where he moved. He could have stayed in America as long as he got married. No. Right? Could have stayed in the UK as long as he got married. No. Right? So there's no reward for that there. But if he made hijra in order to protect his religion, in order to save himself, and there's a reward for that, but not for the hijra itself. You understand? Well, aslul hijra, and the foundation or the origin of al hijra, wa aslul hijrati at-tarku, is to leave something or abandon something. Wal maradu huna, wal maradu, and the intention, or from the word arada yuridu, like something what is wanted. And what is wanted here, what is meant here, huna, tarkul watan, tarku al watani, meaning to leave someone's land. Someone makes hijra from their land. Then his footnote here, the tap for the ta'liq, says al-maradu bin niyya, al-marad, like we said, from arada yuridu, something what is wanted, something that is intended, right? The marad, the intention here, by intention, or what is meant, what is intended by intention here, huwa an yakuna al-amalu, an yakuna, mansub after an, al-amalu maqsudan bihi wajhullahi ta'ala, that the action which is intended by it is the face of Allah the Most High. This is the meaning of niyyah, to mean to intend the face of Allah the Most High. فَيَكُونُ ظَاهِرُهُ وَبَاطِنُهُ سَوَاء. يَكُونُ. So it will be that its zahir, its apparentness, its outwardness, وَبَاطِنُهُ, and its inwardness, or his inwardness, sawa, is the same. So a person he's doing an action of the religion, and his inside and his outside are the same. Qala ta'ala, Allah the Most High, He said, Minkum man yuridu dunya. From you are those who desire or want the dunya. Wa minkum man yuridu al-akhirah. And from you are those who want or desire the hereafter. Surah Ali Imran, ayat 152. فبينت from bayyina, ba ya nun, bayyinat, form 2. فبينت الآية الكريمة. So this noble ayah clarified, from bayyina, to clarify, أن العمل الصادرة, that the action, mansub after an, الصادرة, coming out, the action which comes out, sadira, from like your chest, it's what's in front, what comes out, and al-amla sadira anhum fi dhahiri wahidun, that what comes out of them and their actions is apparent, it is one. Walakinahu taba'an, but it taba'an liniyah, it is according to or following the intention. Taba'an, taba'ain, like ittiba', tabi'in, to follow. Lakinahu taba'an li means according to. Taba'an linniyah, it is according to intention. Wal irada, same another word for intention, what is wanted or desired. Asbaha mukhtalifan. So a person, for example, can move to Saudi, and another person's on the same plane moving to Saudi. One's going for Allah Azza wa Jal, and one's going for marriage or a job. So وَلَكِنَّهُ تَبَعًا لِلنِّيَّةِ is according to the intention, وَالْإِرَادَةِ, the desire, أَصْبَحَ مُخْتَلِفًا, then it has become something different. So one person prays, and another person's praying right next to him, and the prayer is just the same on the outside. However, because of the niyyah, one is praying in order to so that the father of the woman he wants to marry sees him praying in the masjid, and the other one's praying because he wants Allah to be pleased with him. طيب. If we go here, وفي رواية للبخاري, and in another narration belonging to al-Bukhari, إنما الأعمال بالنيات. Here he brings the plural of niyyah. Indeed, the actions are by intention. وإنما لكل امرئ ما نوى. وإنما, in the one above it says li imrin, here it says likul imrin, and for every person is what they intend. Same meaning, just different wording. Right? This is Bukhari number 1. Right? This is Bukhari number 1. But in Bukhari number 1, it does not have فَمَنْ كَانَتْ هِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ فَهِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. It does not have that part. It says وَمَنْ كَانَ هِجْرَتُهُ لِلدُّنْيَا يُصِيبُهَا أَوْ امْرَأَةً يَنْكِحُهَا أَوْ يَتَزَوَّجُهَا فَهِجْرَتُهُ. He skipped that first part in the first part of Bukhari because he was being modest and didn't want people to think that, okay, I wrote my book for Allah Azza wa Jal. Rather, he put the second part as a warning and as a reminder to himself. And Allah knows best. The 5th hadith here, and let's read the footnote first before we leave. He says, Ta'liq, هذا الحديث, this hadith, Jalil Sha'an, is Jalil, is lofty, Sha'an, in its matter, in its affair, right? إذا يعلم المسلم كيف يجعل عمله خالصا لله تعالى. إذ, when يعلم, it teaches, this hadith teaches, يعلم المسلم, it teaches the Muslim, يعلم المسلمة, it teaches the Muslim, كيف يجعل, how does he make, عمله, his action, khalisan lillahi ta'ala, sincere for Allah the Most High. وكيف, and how, yuharriru niyatahu, and how does he يحرر نيته من الشوائب. How does he basically purify or to edit his, to edit? يحرر, تحرر is like to edit, to fix, right? To edit something. يحرر نيته, to fix or to edit his niyyah, min shawaib. Shawaib from sheen waw ba. And the means here, the filth. How does he keep it from filth and things which will corrupt his intention, right? And it comes from, the singular is sha'iba. 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 Sha'ibatun shawa'ib. Filth and things that are going to render it blemish it and make it flawed. وَكَيْفَ يُحَرِّرُ نِيَّتَهُ, and how does he edit or how does he fix and modify his intention from these blemishes? التي من جملتها, which from the generalness of them, النظر إلى الناس, is looking at the people. Meaning in general, the blemish in the niyyah is looking at what do the people think of me. وقد ضرب الحديث الأمثلة لإيضاح ذلك. And the hadith has struck an example of to clarify that affair. So this hadith is, we see by this meme here, it's in Sahih Muslim. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول. Abu Hurairah said, I heard the Messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم say, إن أول الناس. Indeed, we'll just write that there just to bring it down. Inna, my pen is like, even when I pick it up, it's dragging. Let's see. Inna awwal an-nas. Inna makes the word after it mansub. Inna awwala an-nasi yuqda yawm al-qiyamati alayh. Yuqda alayh, meaning that the qadi will yaqdi alayhi. The qadi, the judge, will yaqdi, will give a judgment upon him. Yuqda alayhi, meaning that he will be judged. It's passive. The first people that will be judged on the day of the day of Qiyamah, the day of standing for judgment, rajulun. The first of them is a rajulun. Ustushhida fa'utiya. Ustushhida, meaning he will be given the shahada, meaning he will have died on the battlefield, died as a martyr. Istushhida fa'utiya bihi, so he will be brought. فعرفه نعمه. فعرفه. عرفه from Ain Ra Fa. This is form 2. عرفه. He will be shown, to make someone know something. عرفه. He will be made to know نعمه, his blessings, the things that he was given in this life. He will be shown and he was shown and made to know his blessings. نعمه فعرفه. And he will know them. He will recognize them. Basically, did we not give you such and such? Did we not give you this? Did we not give you that? فعرفها. So he will know them. قال. He said, فما عملت فيها. فما عملت فيها. So what did you do with them? ما عملت فيها. What did you do regarding them? What did you do with these blessings? We gave you all these things. قال قتلت فيك. I fought in your way. I fought fika, in your way, basically. I fought for you. I fought for your sake. Hatta stushhidtu. Hatta stushhidtu. Until I was martyred. Qala kadhabt. He will say, you lied. Walakinnaka qatalta. But you fought li'an yuqala jari. You fought qatalta li'an. You fought so that yuqala, it would be said jari. And this comes from Jim Ra Hamza. If you're going to look it up, Jim Ra Hamza, meaning courageous and brave. Yuqal Jari. You fought so that people would say, courageous. That man is courageous. Faqad Qeel. And it was said. Faqad, indeed, Qeel. It was said. Right? Thumma. And then, Umira bihi fasuhiba ala wajhihi hatta ulqiya fi nar waliyadu billah. Thumma umira. Then he will be commanded with fasuhiba from sin haba, meaning sahaba, meaning to pull. For instance, you go to a restaurant, you see on the door push or pull. If it wants to be pulled, it says ishab, pull it, to drag it, not push but pull. Fasuhiba, so but it's passive here, not sahaba, suhiba. He will be drugged, he will be pulled and drugged ala wajhihi, on his face, hatta, until ulqiya finnar. Ulqiya meaning to be thrown into the fire. Hatta ulqiya finnar. Laqiya, ulqi, here form 4. Ulqiya meaning to throw something. Ulqiya finnar. And we seek refuge in Allah from that. وَرَجُلٌ, and another man, the second one. تَعَلَّمَ الْعِلْمَ, he learned knowledge. And this one is important to us. Why are we doing what we're doing right now? وَرَجُلٌ تَعَلَّمَ الْعِلْمَ, a man who learned knowledge. وَعَلَّمَهُ, and he taught it. وَعَلَّمَهُ, and he taught it. وَقَرَأَ الْقُرْآنِ, وَقَرَأَ الْقُرْآنِ. Here, this is form 5. تَعَلَّمَ, form 5. And allamahu is form 2. Form 5 means to learn. Form 2 means to teach. Rajulun ta'allama al-ilma, he learned knowledge. Wa'allamahu, and he taught it. Wa qara al-Qur'an, and he recited the Qur'an. Fa'utiya bihi, so then he will be brought. Fa'arrafahu ni'mahu fa'arrafaha, and he will be shown the blessings that he had, or he will be made to recognize or made to know them, and he will know them. He will be aware of them. Qala fama amilta fiha, what did you do with them? This hadith looks long. As I memorize this hadith, it looks long, but each part is almost a complete repetition of the next part. So it's not that long of a hadith if you take out the repetitions. Qala fama amilta fiha, so what did you do with them? What did you do regarding them? Qala, he said, ta'allamtu al-ilma wa 'allamtuhu, I learned knowledge and I taught it. Wa qara'tu fika al-Qur'an, and I recited the Quran for your sake. Qala kadhabt, he said, you lied. Walakinnaka ta'allamta al-ilma liyuqala 'alim, but you learned knowledge so that people would say, so that it would be said, alim, he's a scholar. Wa qara'tu al-Qur'an liyuqala huwa qari, and you recited the Quran so people would say, oh, he's a qari, he's got a nice voice, he's got a good memory. Faqad qeel, and it was said, thumma umira bihi fasuhiba ala wajhihi hatta ulqiya fi an-nar. And then it will be commanded regarding him, and he will be drugged on his face until he is thrown into the fire. وَرَجُلٌ وَسَّعَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَعَطَاهُ مِنْ أَصْنَافِ الْمَالِ كُلِّهِ. And a man, وَسَّعَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ, Allah وَسَّعَ عَلَيْهِ, he opened up things for him. He made things vast and made things easy and spacious for him, meaning he gave him a lot of wealth. وَأَعْطَاهُ, and he gave him, from Ain Ta Alif Maksura, if you're going to look it up. وَأَعْطَاهُ مِنْ أَصْنَافِ الْمَالِ كُلِّهِ, and he gave him from the types of wealth. Asnaf, from sinf. Sinf is the singular of asnaf. From the types, all the different types. Kulli, all of them, all the different types of wealth. Not only did he give him money, he gave him crops, and he gave him cattle, and he gave him jewelry, or gold and silver, and he gave him whatever types of wealth. He gave him all the types of wealth. فَأُوتِيَ بِهِ, he will be brought. فَعَرَّفَهُ نِعْمَهُ فَعَرَّفَهَا, and he will be shown the blessings that he had, and he will recognize them. He will admit and acknowledge them. قَالَ فَمَا عَمِلْتَ فِيهَا, so what did you do regarding him? قَالَ مَا تَرَكْتُ مِنْ سَبِيلٍ تُحِبُّ أَنْ يُنْفَقَ فِيهَا. He said, مَا تَرَكْتُ, I did not leave, min sabilin, any way. Min sabil meaning from a path, meaning I didn't leave any path. Tuhibbu, that you love, Allah Azza wa Jal, and yunfaqa fiha, that it be spent in it. I didn't leave any path that you love, that it be spent in it. Yunfaqa, to spend, nafaqa, right? Yunfiqun, to spend. Yunfiqa fiha, that you love, that something be spent in that way. Illa anfaqtu fiha laka, except that I spent in that path for you. Leave any path that you love, something be spent in that path, except that I spent in that path for you, for your face. Qala kadhabt, he said, you lied. Walakinnaka fa'alta liyuqala huwa jawad, but you did that so that it would be said, huwa jawad, he is generous. Faqad qeel, and it was said, ثم أمر به فصحب على وجهه ثم ألقي في النار, and then he will be ordered and drug on his face until he is thrown into the fire. This hadith, as we said in Sahih Muslim, number 1905. Alhamdulillah, this next hadith is another quite long one, but I think we can manage it, inshallah. And if you type any questions you have in the chat, then inshallah ta'ala, we'll address them at the end, bi'idhnillah. At the sadist, we see there's no qaf, no kha, no meme here, so it's obviously not in Bukhari and Muslim. An Abi Kabshata al-Namari radiyallahu anhu, annahu sami'a Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam yaqul, that Abu Kabshah al-Namari, he said, radiyallahu anhu, that he heard Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, sami'a Rasulullahi maf'ulun bihi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam yaqul, hear the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saying, thalathatun uqsimu alayhinna, three uqsimu, I swear alayhinna, I swear by them, I swear regarding them, not by them, but regarding them, about them. وَأُحَدِّثُكُمْ حَدِيثًا فَاحْفُظُوا, and I'm going to talk to you with some speech, so memorize it. أُقْسِمُ عَلَيْهِنْ, three things I swear regarding them. As we said, not by them. I'm not going to swear by this thing, but I'm swearing about them, regarding them. قَالَ مَا نَقَصَ مَالُ عَبْدٍ مِّن صَدَقَةٍ. This is number one, right? Ma naqsa malu abdin. Ma naqsa. Naqasa meaning to decrease. Naqasa, to decrease, like iman yazid yanqus, right? Ma naqasa, it doesn't decrease. Malu abdin, the wealth of a person. The wealth of a person, I don't like to use the word slave here. The wealth of a person does not decrease, min sadaqa, due to charity. Min here means due to, because of. The wealth of a person does not decrease because of charity. The second point that he's swearing by, right? The second point. وَلَا ظُلِمَ عَبْدٌ مَظْلَمَةً فَصَبَرَ عَلَيْهَا إِلَّا زَادَهُ اللَّهُ عَزًّا. وَمَا ظُلِمَ عَبْدٌ, and a person is not wronged. ظُلِمَ, not he did the wrong, but the wrong was done to him. ظُلِمَ, it's passive. وَلَا ظُلِمَ عَبْدٌ, and a person is not wronged. مَظْلَمَةً, meaning a wrongdoing, from the same root. Mean from dhulm. مَظْلَمَةً, meaning a sin or a transgression. وَلَا ظُلِمَ عَبْدٌ مَظْلَمَةٌ, and no person is wronged or done any transgression to him. فَصَبَرَ, and so he was patient. عَلَيْهَا, and he was patient upon that transgression or oppression or wrongdoing. illa, except zadahu Allahu izzan. Allah increased him in izzah, in honor, and in greatness. So if someone wrongs you, does wrong to you, and you're patient, Allah will increase you. Wala, this is number 3. Wala fataha abdun bab mas'alatin. SubhanAllah. Wala fataha abdun, and the person does not open. Fataha, open. Baba, maf'ulun bihi, mansub. And he doesn't open the door. Mas'alatin. Here, this is from the same word as su'al, mas'ala. Here it means begging or asking and begging. He does not open the door of begging and asking, illa, except fatah Allahu alayhi baba faqr. Except Allah will open for him, baba, open for him, maf'ulun bihi, open the door of poverty. SubhanAllah. Oh, kalimatin nahwaha, or said something similar to this. So the Prophet ﷺ, thalathatun uqsimu alayhin, I swear by, are around regarding these 3 things. Wa uhadithukum hadithan fahfadhu, and I'm going to tell you some speech, I'm going to tell you a narration, so memorize it. Qala, he said, innama dunya li arba'ati nafar. Indeed, the dunya is only, innama, again, this only, this hasr, feed al hasr, it shows limitedness. It is only li arba'ati nafar. It's only 4 types of people basically in this dunya. Abdin razzaqahu Allahu malan wa ilman. So this is the first person. He said, memorize this, so it's important. Abdin razzaqahu Allahu malan wa ilman. A person who Allah provided him with mal and ilm. Allah gave him what? Mal and ilm. Maf'ulun bihi, mansub. He gave him wealth and knowledge. فَهُوَ يَتَّقِي فِيهِ رَبَّهُ. So he fears regarding them, regarding his wealth and regarding his knowledge, he fears his Lord. فَيَتَّقِي رَبَّهُ. مفعول به. فَهُوَ يَتَّقِي فِيهِ رَبَّهُ. So he fears his Lord regarding the wealth and the knowledge. وَيَصِلُ فِيهِ رَحِمَهُ. And he connects, he keeps the connection using his wealth and his knowledge. Rahimahu, his family ties. Rahima, from the womb, the ties of the womb. وَيَعْلَمُ لِلَّهِ فِيهِ حَقًّا. وَيَعْلَمُ, and he knows, lillahi, that for Allah, fihi, regarding his wealth and his knowledge, haqqan, that there is a haqq for Allah Azza wa Jal in these things. فَهَذَا, so this, bi afdal al-manazil, this person is in the best of positions. Manzil, position or place. Manazil, plural. He's in the best of positions. وَعَبْدٍ, and a person. رَزَقَهُ اللَّهُ عِلْمًا وَلَمْ يَرْزُقْهُ مَالًا. A person who was given knowledge, but he didn't give him wealth. And some of this we don't need to keep translating. I think it's clear, right? I mean, like going over it word by word. فَهُوَ صَادِقُ النِّيَّةِ. So this person who is given knowledge but not wealth, he is صَادِقُ النِّيَّةِ. He is pure in his intention. يَقُولُ, he says, لَوْ أَنَّ لِي مَالًا. Lo, if أَنَّ لِي مَالًا. If I had some money. Lo anna. Lo is if there li malan. There was for me some money. La amiltu bi amali fulan. Then I would have done what so and so fulan. I would have did what fulan did. I would have acted like fulan. I would have done the action of fulan, of so and so, meaning the one up above, the one who feared Allah regarding his knowledge and his wealth, and that he connected the family ties, and he knew Allah had a haqq. Whatever he does with that, he builds masajid. He said, if I had some wealth, I would have done the actions of fulan. فَهُوَ بِنِيَّتِهِ, then he is according to his intention. فَأَجْرُهُمَا سَوَاء, and the reward of these two is the same. وَعَبْدٍ رَزَقَهُ اللَّهُ مَالًا, and a person that Allah gave him wealth. وَلَمْ يَرْزُقْهُ عِلْمًا, but he didn't give him any knowledge. فَهُوَ يَخْبِتُ فِي مَالِهِ, so he يَخْبِتُ. يَخْبِتُ means to be careless, to be haphazard, to not have a plan. فَيَخْبِتُ فِي مَالِهِ. Here we have a footnote, so we'll go down, inshallah. He says, يَخْبِتُ فِي مَالِهِ, and again this means, i.e., meaning, يَجْرِي فِيهِ مِنْ غَيْرِ هُدَى. He يَجْرِي فِيهِ, he runs around with it, he goes around with it, مِنْ غَيْرِ هُدَى, without any guidance. وَيَصْرِفُهُ فِي الْبَاطِلِ, and he spends it and he directs it towards falsehood. He doesn't know what he's doing because he has wealth but no knowledge. So he just goes here and there without guidance, and he ends up spending it in wrong. While we're here, let's look at the ta'liq of the Shaykh regarding this hadith. He says, Hal hadith yubayyinu. This hadith clarifies anna niyata, that the intention wahdaha, that the intention by itself, qad taqunu sababan, could be the reason fi kasb al-ajr. The intention itself could be the reason for getting and achieving kasb, earning reward. كما قد تكون سببا في كسب الوزر والإثم, just like it could be the reason for kasbi, earning, al-wizr, a burden, wal-itham, and sins, meaning a burden on the day of judgment. So let's go back. Okay. وعبد, the third type of person, وعبد رزقه الله مالا ولم يرزقه علما. A person who Allah provided him with wealth but did not provide him with knowledge. فهو يخبط في ماله, so he is haphazard with his wealth. بغير علم, without knowledge. لا يتقي فيه ربه, he does not fear with it his Lord, does not fear regarding it his Lord. ولا يصل فيه رحمه, and he does not connect his family ties. ولا يعلم لله فيه حقا, and he does not know that there is a right in it with Allah or for Allah. فهذا بأخبث المنازل, and this person is from the worst of levels or places, positions. وعبد, and this is the fourth one. And he said to memorize these. The fourth one, وعبد لم يرزقه الله مالا ولا علما. Allah did not provide him with wealth nor with knowledge. فهو يقول, so he says, لو أن لي مالا, if I had some money, لعملت فيه بعمل فلان, I would have done the actions of fulan, of so and so, meaning the third category. فهو بنيته, he would have just spent his money foolishly because he don't have knowledge, he don't have wealth, he don't have knowledge, so he just wants to do something foolish. فهو بنيته, and he is according to his intention. فوزرهما سواء, so their burden is the same. This hadith is in Tirmidhi 2325 and Ibn Majah number 4228, and is Hasan Sahih according to Shaykh al-Albani. Inshallah, try to read a few more hadith because they're short, inshallah. An Abi Umamata al-Bahili قال, Abu Umama al-Bahili radiallahu anhu, he said, جاء رجل إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. إلى النبي, so this one has a kasra, right? إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. A man came to the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال, and he said, أرأيت رجلا غزة يلتمس الأجر والذكر. أرأيت, basically, have you seen, or what is your opinion from Ra'i. Ara'aita rajulan. Do you see a man? Did you see a man? Ghaza. He fought, from Ghain Zay Wow, or Ghain Zay Ya. Ghaza, from the word Ghazwa, like the battle. So he fought, right? Yaltamisul ajra, in order to get the reward. Wadhikra, and to be remembered. Wa yaltamisu, he was seeking al ajr. Yaltamisu, from lam mim sin, but here it is form 8. Yaltamisu, meaning to seek, right? Al ajra, he was looking for the reward, and for, meaning from Allah, and for being remembered, so people would remember him as a great warrior. Malahu, what's for him? فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, so the Messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم said, لا شيء له. And this again, we said this fata, meaning this fata, la ilaha illallah wa la nasiba lahu, as we said earlier. La nasiba, this means absolutely none. La shay'a lahu, there's nothing for him. Fa'a'adaha, from ayn waw dal, right here, ayn waw dal, form 3. Ayn waw dal, form 3, right? Fa'a'adaha. So he repeated it. A'adaha, repeated it, meaning his question or his statement. Thalatha marrat, 3 times. Yaqulu lahu Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said to him, La shay'a lah, there's nothing for him. Thumma qala, Inna Allah la yaqbala, Inna Allah la yaqbalu min al-amali. Inna Allah, indeed Allah, la yaqbalu, from qaf ba lam, qabila yaqbalu, to accept. Like we say, taqabbal Allahu minna wa minkum wa na'id. Inna Allah la yaqbalu min al-amali, Allah does not accept from the actions, illa ma kana lahu khalisan, except what was done for him, khalisan, sincerely. Wabtughiya bihi wajhuhu, and wabtughiya, from ba ghain alif maksura, here again form 8, wabtughiya, and it was sought or seeking, right? Bihi, by it, wajhuhu, his face, but here it is passive, right? It is passive here. So he sought his face by it. Allah does not accept what was done li lahu wa li dhikr, for him and for to be remembered. This hadith is in Sunan an-Nasa'i 3140, and it's Hasan Sahih, and we said that when this comes, this is from Shaykh al-Albani in the Sunan, it's from Shaykh al-Albani. The 8th hadith, عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إنما يبعث الناس على نيتهم. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu said that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Innama, indeed only, yub'athun nas, the people will only be resurrected." From ba'atha, yab'athu, meaning to resurrect. Here it is passive, majhul, yub'athu, the people will be resurrected ala niyatihim, according to their intentions. They will be resurrected according to their intentions. This is in Sunan Ibn Majah 4229, and it is Sahih according to Shaykh al-Albani. The last hadith of today and the last hadith of this bab, an ad-Dahaki ibn Qais. Ad-Dahak ibn Qais radiallahu anhu qala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that he said that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Inna Allah ta'ala yaqul, indeed Allah the Most High, he says, Ana khayru sharik, Ana khayru sharik, I am the best partner, I am the associate, the best partner. Man ashraka bi, I'm the best, meaning no need to compare or do anything else with me. I'm the best. Man ashraka bi fahuwa li sharikihi. So whoever associates with me, whoever associates partners with me, fahuwa li shariki, then he or what he has done is for his partner, or li shariki. Li sharik is for my partner, meaning the one who he is associated with me. Ana khayru sharik, I am the best partner, I am the best associate. Man ashraka bi, whoever associates with me, fahuwa li shariki, then him and what he has done is for my partner. Ya ayyuhan nas, O people, akhlisu a'malakum lillah. Akhlisu, make sincere a'malakum, make your actions sincere. Why is maf'ul? Make what sincere? Your actions. Lillah, make your actions sincere for Allah. Fa inna Allah, this should be a fatah here, not a dhamma, because of inna. Fa inna Allah la yaqbalu, because indeed Allah does not accept. Let me bring this up here for you guys. La yaqbalu min al-amali illa ma khalasa. Allah does not accept an action. He does not min amali, from an action, meaning any action. He does not accept any action illa, except ma khalasa, except what is sincere, what was done sincerely. Wala taqulu, and do not say hadha lillah wal rahm, this is for Allah and for my family ties. فَإِنَّهُ لِلرَّحْمِ وَلَيْسَ لِلَّهِ مِنْهُ شَيْءٍ, for indeed it will be for the family ties and there won't be for Allah anything in it. وَلَا تَقُولُوا, and don't say هَذَا لِلَّهِ وَلِوُجُوهِكُمْ, this is for Allah and for your faces, for you guys' sake. فَإِنَّمَا هُوَ لِوُجُوهِكُمْ, for indeed it will be only for you guys' sake, only for you guys' face. وَلَيْسَ لِلَّهِ فِيهِ شَيْءٍ, and there is not anything for it, anything in it for Allah. This is in the Mukhtar of Al-Maqdisi, volume 8, number 92, and its isnad is Hasan. Its isnad is Hasan, and this was according to the checking, as we said, and we're not going to do this all the time, but this is according to the checking. The checking of Mukhtar is according to the checking of Abdul Malik ibn Duhaysh. Abdul Malik ibn Duhaysh, he said its isnad is Hasan. And there are other hadith in this chapter, but the goal is to not bring repetitions, right? So you might find other things related to this, but we're going to bring them in other sections due to the author brings them in other sections due to their relevance there. So you can look at hadith number 1593, hadith number 128 and 129, also hadith number 2101 and 102, and also hadith number 3687. These hadith are also related to the Nia, but they're also related to other chapters, and so he brought them there, and he doesn't bring them as repetitions, as the goal is to remove these and to complete the sunnah of the Prophet. Thank you. We're going to stop here. I have one chat up here. I'm not sure. Yeah, inshallah, that's not the scope here. Inshallah ta'ala, maybe I'll make a video or something, but what's the difference between something being sahih and hasan sahih? There's an entire book and more than one written on this subject, especially since this is the classification of Imam Tirmidhi, and he wasn't necessarily clear about it, and sometimes the scholars differ. But inshallah ta'ala, maybe I'll make a separate video or something about it. This is not the time to discuss it, inshallah. But it could be a number of different explanations. Like we said, we'll make a different video, inshallah. Any other questions? Let's see, how many pages did we read today? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 to 4. 3 to 4 pages we read. 3, 3.5, something like that. طيب. وفيكم بارك الله يا عامر. فيكم بارك الله. With that, inshallah ta'ala, we'll meet. Now, quick poll. I'll know by the comments, and I'm going to keep it here. This month, I have a break for a couple weeks. Would you like to do this every day or every other day, or would you like to just keep it 2 days a week? Let me know in the comments on the video below. Barakallahu fikum. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.